All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good evening to each and every one of you. I definitely missed this last week. So sorry about it. It usually doesn't happen that my, internet acts up, but unfortunately it did. And I definitely missed you too. And it was like, it just felt weird not doing the session on a Tuesday night at 8 p.m. But we're back again with session number 9. I hope it wasn't too much trouble for you guys. I hope you guys went out there and you did what you had to do. Local SEO, how do you guys feel about it? I feel that, honestly speaking, guys, I feel it's one of the most underrated channels in terms of SEO. Many students of the past batches have seen tremendous amount of results because of that, right? So please don't take it lightly just because it seems a little easier compared to your regular organic SEO. The impact it has or it can have is absolutely amazing. And also, if you are planning to become a freelancer, that is a great service to provide for many small businesses out there because they will almost see the results and the impact almost immediately, right? Which is why if you are planning to become a freelancer, if you want to just focus on local SEO, that's also a great way to do it. I don't know whether you guys know about, from batch 4, this guy called Rohan. He is a professional cricketer and he has started a cricket academy and he just applied everything that he had to apply. I think he got 30 to 40 people sign up for his cricket academy just because of local SEO. And he's making upwards of 1 lakh just because of that. And he then went on and helped one of his friends who is running this breakfast service in Mumbai. And apparently even they are doing really well because of local SEO. And we had plenty of amazing success stories like this. So yes, please don't take it seriously. It's an absolutely amazing channel. I always, anytime and every time, be it my friends or any business owners I come across, I just tell them, if you don't do anything else, at least just do this one because it's so simple, but the impact it has is absolutely amazing, right? So Shreyas mentioned about it. Fantastic. It's such a great thing to know when people get amazing results. Speaking of which, I think it was Arunava, if I'm not wrong, who got himself a very nice, juicy do-follow backlink from his guest post. Are you around? Arunava, let me know in the chat box if you are. And guys, can somebody mention in the WhatsApp group if it has not been mentioned already that you have started the session? Oh, there you are, Arunava. Fantastic. I saw what you managed to achieve. And I hope you are going to accept the offer that you have got to create content as well. $35 per piece of content is absolutely great. Would love to know about your Europe travel diaries as well. I have been to Europe a few years ago, and I'm planning to go back again once things start opening up. Fantastic place. What a beautiful place. But yeah, congratulations on that. Just goes to show that if you just apply everything that you have learned and you keep applying it, you will get results. I can guarantee you that. And what Arunava has managed to achieve is one of the greatest testimonies to that fact. And who else is excited about seeing those kind of results? Or have you seen, has anyone here seen any other kind of results? Okay, Mallikarjun has, Anmol has. What kind of results have you seen so far? We are at session number 9. We just have one more session left, right? So I would like to see or know what are the different kinds of results that you have managed to achieve because of that. And nothing makes me more happier than when all of our participants get amazing results like that. Great. Rohit also has seen some kind of results. Where is the energy? Contract for 60 hours a month, 10,000 rupees. Amazing, Rohit. Fantastic. Beautiful. Interaction for guest post. Got an opportunity for a guest post working on it. It's Mallikarjun. All right. Beautiful. Where is the energy in the chat box? I don't see the energy at all. Just type in E for energy in the chat box so that we can bring it back up. Brilliant. Fantastic. This is what I've missed. Don't make me miss it while I'm doing it. I feed off the energy that you guys have. So if you are dull, I'm going to be dull too. So, and you wouldn't want that to happen, would you? Great. Fantastic. Lovely, guys. Absolutely great. And I think, considering it was Dasra and all of those things, Chase also was a little busy with the Dasra celebrations. I hope you guys had a great Dasara weekend and got the time to spend with your family, friends, everyone. So fantastic. Who's excited to learn about YouTube SEO? Type in me in the chat box if you are ready, and let's get this party started. Brilliant. Fantastic, guys. Lovely. So session number 9, it is, and it is going to be about YouTube SEO. Now, what do I mean when I say YouTube SEO? What I mean by that is optimizing, first of all, creating and optimizing your videos to rank higher on both YouTube and Google. That is the most important aspect about YouTube SEO. It's not just about going ahead and ranking on YouTube for it. It's also a hack, so to speak, or piggybacking on a property that is owned by Google to go ahead and rank on Google itself. So when you do YouTube SEO, you're not just ranking on YouTube, but you're also ranking on Google as well. But having said that, of course, it is going to be you moving out of your comfort zone all over again. And any guesses why that is the case with YouTube SEO? Because now you might have to create videos. Who's ready to do that? Or who is not ready to do that? Just type in "not" in the chat box if you are not ready to do that. And let's just like spend about 2 to 3 minutes to just like quickly address that. Pallavi is ready. Fantastic. Radhika is not. Nobody is. Okay. Most people are not ready for this at all. And why is that so? Why is that so? If you can like let me know in the chat box why you are not ready. Introverted. Okay. Okay. Great. I'm going to address that. Okay. Introverted or shy. Okay. Fantastic. Camera shy. Okay. Fantastic. Fear of failure. Never really faced a camera. Everybody has a mobile phone, right? I'm sure you guys have faced a camera before. Okay, great. Okay, let's talk about, I'm an introvert. How many people feel that, hey, you know what, I'm an introvert, which is why I don't feel like doing it, right? Okay, a lot of people, anxiety coming in front of others, okay. Okay, a lot of people consider themselves as introverts, right? And I also used to consider myself as an introvert until I caught myself using that as an excuse not to do many things, right? Does that make sense? Right? We have created this idea, we have created this reality, thinking that, you know what, you have to be an extrovert, you have to be an introvert, only extroverts can go out there and do things like that and things like this. And one day, I don't exactly remember what it was. I think it was some sort of a social setting, whatever it was. And, I was like telling myself that, hey, you know what, I'm an introvert. I don't enjoy all of these things and all of those things. But then I really thought about it and I introspected on it. And I was like, hey, you know what? I actually enjoy it, but I'm just lazy or I am just afraid of what might happen, which is why I'm using this as an excuse not to go out there and do the things that I want to do. Because it is so convenient to bracket yourself or group yourself into introversion or extroversion and things like that. If you ask me, I think who was that who came up with introversion and extroversion? I think it was Carl Jung, if I'm not wrong. Anyway, I think that was the worst thing that he has ever come up with. He's one of the greatest psychologists that has ever walked the face of this earth, right? I think the worst mistake that he has ever done, because there is no absolutism in terms of your personality, right? You can be an introvert and also do all of these things. You can be an extrovert and might not be able to do a bunch of different things. So using using extroversion or introversion as an excuse or a shield to keep yourself away from doing things is not good. Okay, you need to be really, really honest with yourself when it comes to all of these things. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because how many people here thought before you entered or started HIT SEO that, hey, you know what, I might never be able to write content? How many people thought that? Let me know in the chat box. Right? Arunabha thought that. Fantastic. So did Mallikarjun, Avinash, Mitra, Virendra, Daoud, Khalid, Hanu, Shanta. Everybody thought that may happen. But look at you guys now. You are like 6 pieces of content down and you guys are absolutely great at it. Wouldn't you guys agree with that? And how did that happen? If you had chosen to use the same excuse of introversion and extroversion, you would have never gotten out of that comfort zone and actually go out there and create content. Now, this is moving one level higher. That's about it. And I will actually be telling you guys how you can do it without actually being in front of the camera. You can still make videos without being in front of the camera, but I thought that I should address this because again, I'm not just here to like teach you guys about SEO. I'm here to pull you out of your comfort zone as well. I want you guys to do things that you've never done. I want you guys to take that first step, which is usually the hardest step to do something, anything out there. And you will realize that, you know what, in most cases, people don't care. People don't care at all, because exactly like how you are thinking that, hey, I might not be good enough, I'm not photogenic, I'm not good in front of the camera, I don't look good, I don't speak well, whatever it is, everybody is thinking the same thing, right? So if the more you think about it, the lesser you'll understand that since nobody cares, I can actually go out there and put things out there. And that's a good thing, right? So don't slow yourself down. Don't hold yourself back from doing things that you should be doing just because of all of these kind of things. Okay, again, I might be sounding a little preachy here, but believe it or not, I did not do live sessions like this for a very, very long time because of the same stupid excuse. And look at me now. Even today, just before the session started, I was nervous. I am nervous. Every single time I go live, I am absolutely nervous. It's nerve-wracking to be in front of people, hundreds of people from all across the country, and like be talking like this, all of those things. When you look at me, you might be like, oh, he knows this, he knows how to do it, and all of those things. This is probably like the 100th live session I'm doing. I'm still not completely comfortable with that, and it's okay. It is absolutely okay. That anxiety, somebody mentioned about anxiety. So a lot of people also think that anxiety is a completely bad thing. It's as humans, we have that anxiety to stop us from doing stupid things. But also what happens sometimes is that it stops us from doing good things also, thinking that it might be a stupid thing, thinking that it might be a dangerous thing to do, right? You need to build that awareness to actually assess the situation and say that, hey, you know what, maybe it's not such a bad thing after all. Maybe I can use that anxiety, I can use that as fuel to go out there and do things like making videos. Got it? Does that make sense? Whatever I'm saying, right? How many people are on the same page? Just type in SP if you're on the same page. If you feel a little more comfortable going out there and doing things, right? Great, fantastic. Because I feel that, videos are going to be like absolutely great. Let me take a quick water break. Considering how the world is moving right now, being in front of the camera and learning how to speak into the camera can be a great skill to learn. How many people agree with that? Just type in A in the chat box if you agree with that, right? Because the world operates like that right now. The world is operating like that right now. Everybody is just like talking to screens, not to each other, just talking to screens. And many, many people are out there doing the same thing. So use this opportunity to take that first step in developing this amazing skill out there. Okay, just type in BIO for bring it on in the chat box if you are now pumped to go out there and publish your first video on YouTube. And while you're doing that, you will also be learning how to do YouTube SEO as well. Great, fantastic. Now, let's try to first understand why is YouTube important for SEO. Okay, let's first try to understand that. The most obvious thing is that, of course, just after Google, second to Google, it is the second largest search engine in the world, right? Many people use that as the default search engine as well to understand information, to get information, and all of those kind of things, right? And the other very important reason why videos in general, not just YouTube, videos in general is great because it appeals to the masses. What I realized is that if you want to watch YouTube videos, you don't necessarily have to be even literate for that matter. You don't have to be tech savvy for you to like consume content, right? It makes it so much more easier for you to reach audiences which might not be comfortable with certain languages, certain technology, and all of those kind of things. So it's a great way to go out there and reach the masses, which is why it is the second largest search engine in the world as well. And the best part, which a lot of people don't even talk about or even acknowledge for that matter about YouTube, is the fact that it is both a demand fulfillment and demand generation platform, right? When it comes to Google, if you isolate Google and look at Google as a search engine, it's primarily a demand fulfillment platform, right? That's exactly what we're doing in terms of keyword research and all of those things. You're trying to assess the demand for a particular problem, demand for a particular solution along with it, and trying to like create content and like do a bunch of different things around it, right? So you are fulfilling an existing demand out there. You can do that on YouTube too, but more importantly, it's also a demand generation platform. Now, what do I mean by this? A demand generation platform might be things like Facebook and Instagram, where there is a discovery element to it, right? YouTube has both a search feature and also a discovery feature. You would have seen, everybody has seen that recommended videos that comes on the site, right? Or it might come somewhere on your mobile screen. Everybody has seen it. Just let me know in the chat box, right? So you have both a demand fulfillment and a demand generation element to it, which is absolutely great because you are not just fulfilling an existing demand, but thanks to the recommendation engine or the discovery engine that YouTube has inbuilt into its platform, it allows you to go out there and generate more demand for your content. How amazing is that? Just type in amazing in the chat box if you truly understand the gravity of the situation here, right? So now you're not just like fulfilling a demand, you're also allowing it to generate more demand and create more curiosity, create more interest, brand awareness, and all of those things using your content, right? Also, apparently, video results are 50 times more likely to be ranked with 11,000 is to 1 probability of ranking on the first page compared to text, right? Which means that you might have to like work lesser to go out there and rank your content on first page of Google, right? And like I said before, what you're doing when you put content or videos on YouTube, you are using YouTube as a platform which is owned by Google, right? Obviously, they are going to be a little biased towards their own platforms. Obviously, they would like to keep you on their ecosystem of platforms as much as possible. So which means that you are much more likely, in fact, 50 times more likely to rank on first page of Google if you go out there and create content, right? So that is also one of the reasons. And like I said, blog posts with video in it have a 53 times higher chance of ranking on the first page of Google. Again, I try to do this in every blog post that I have. I go out there and embed a video into the blog post itself. I strongly recommend that you guys do that too. Also, if you are especially targeting the 18 to 34-year-olds, who are usually considered to be millennials, it is the second most preferred platform for watching video on TV screens. Second most preferred platform for watching videos on TV screens, right? How many people here still watch TV? Let me know in the chat box if you still watch TV, because I don't, right? Shanta says hardly. Avinash doesn't watch TV at all, right? Never, says Virendra. Once in 7 months, says Shanta. Wow, hardly, right? People have stopped watching TV. It's become very, very rare. The physical unit of a TV is still there, but we don't like actually watch things like we used to watch on TV channels, right? Achyut says only cricket matches. I don't even watch cricket matches on TV anymore. I just watch it on Hotstar, right? You know, and I watch it on my computer itself, right? So the way we consume content, even on TV, which is considered to be around for like, I don't know, many years right now, the behavior has changed tremendously. And YouTube is the second most preferred platform. I love just watching like random videos about things that I love on YouTube than just watching something on TV, right? And do you guys want to take a guess in terms of what is the most preferred platform for watching video on TV screens is? On a global level, not necessarily on an Indian context. OTT, but which one, Manish? Yeah, it's Netflix. At least on a global level, it's Netflix. But I don't think, I'm pretty sure that it's not Netflix in India. I have a feeling it's Hotstar in India because Hotstar is everything. It's got movies, it's got shows, it's got cricket matches, it's got football matches, it's got Formula One, it's got everything. You get everything on Hotstar, and what, it's like 1,000 rupees a year, which is actually, and probably Amazon Prime also. And Netflix doesn't have like really good localized content as well. So I feel that it's either Amazon Prime or Hotstar. My money is on Hotstar, right? So regardless, YouTube is the second most preferred platform for watching video on TV screens for 18 to 34-year-olds, which means that if you are targeting all of these people, it becomes all the more, if Justin says it's Zoom. Oh, wow, fantastic. It very well might be at least third or fourth, if not first, Justin. So, yeah, this is why YouTube is absolutely important. Speaking of importance, let's try to understand what are the different ranking factors when it comes to ranking YouTube. Now, the way you need to perceive or look at ranking as such needs to be slightly changed when it comes to YouTube in the first place. Okay. Like I said, it's both a demand fulfillment and a demand generation platform. So all of these factors not only allow you to rank, in the results that show up when somebody types in something in search engine, the search bar, but also increases your chance of being recommended to your audience when you have all of these factors in place. Does that make sense? Just type in MS in the chat box. It's not just about ranking in the results that show up when somebody looks for something using the search bar, but it also improves or increases your chances of being recommended to other people in the recommended videos and all of those things when you get all of these factors right. Right. So what is the number one factor? Of course, it's views. Right. So how many views are you getting on your video is very, very important. How many people? So again, if you look at all of these ranking factors by the end of it, what you'll realize is that what YouTube is trying to do, it is trying to incentivize people who are making videos that will get people to stay on YouTube as long as possible. That is what YouTube is trying to do, right? So that is basically, if I had to explain YouTube's algorithm in like one sentence, that's what YouTube is trying to do. How many people have gone into that YouTube rabbit hole when they're just about to sleep, and next thing you know, it's 4 a.m. in the morning? How many people has that happened? Just let me know in the chat box, right? If it's that rabbit hole, it's a terrible rabbit hole to enter, right? So YouTube has done a fantastic job in making sure that they try to keep you on the platform as much as possible, which is why they always incentivize creators who make them achieve that. So views is one of them. How many views are you getting per video? The second is retention also. It is not just about they don't want people to continuously keep skipping videos. How long are they watching that video for? How long? What is the stickiness of that audience or your viewers? How much time are they spending in actually watching the video? Are they watching the entire video? Are they watching just like 2-3 minutes, or just are they completing the video? Are they watching 50% of it? All of these things also matter, because that's a great signal to understand, to objectively understand whether a video is good or not, right? How many people feel that, right? So retention is the next thing. Video length, and this kind of like ties in with retention as well, right? The longer your video is, the higher your chances of retaining them. Does that make sense? Just type in MS in the chat box if that makes sense. The longer your video is, the higher your chance of actually retaining your audience's attention, right? So ideally speaking, I would recommend to keep your videos at like 10 minutes. And studies show that on an average, most of the videos that rank on the first page, on an average, they are like 14 minutes long, right? So on an average, that is. So if you're around the 10-minute mark, it's like more than enough. And YouTube absolutely loves it, because obviously, like, it allows you to like retain your audience on YouTube as much as possible, right? So the fourth thing is, how are people engaging with your content as well in terms of comments? I strongly believe that the YouTube comment section has to be the funniest place on this planet Earth. How many people agree with that? Right? Like, I find some of the comments to be hilarious. Like, not just that, I also feel that it creates this sense of community also within that comment section, right? So there are like so many other things about the video in question that are being discussed in the comment section. Or sometimes, what I do, I don't know how many people do it. Let me know if you also do it. Sometimes I just go directly to the comment section to understand or figure out whether a YouTube video is worth watching at all in the first place, right? So that also happens, which is why, having I also look for the comments for fun also, Avinash, absolutely, right? Or if it's a very interesting video, I'll go to the comment section and see what kind of discussions are happening and all of those things. Great social proof, right? So which is why having comments is a great way to like get people to like engage with your video and have this, again, when people are commenting, when you're creating a discussion around a particular topic, it's much more likely for people to like actually stay on the platform even longer, right? Again, it all ties back to the same. Now, the fifth thing is subscribes and not necessarily subscribers, right? Of course, if you keep getting subscribes, what I mean by subscribes, how many people uh, became your subscriber after watching your video is also a great ranking factor for YouTube. Because what is it signaling? It is your audience is actually signaling to YouTube that, hey, you know what? I really want to watch more of these videos. Now, what happens when somebody subscribes to your video? I mean, to your channel rather, right? Does anyone want to take a guess? So every time a new video has been posted from that channel, you get a notification. Do you guys agree with that? Have you seen that notification that so and so channel has uploaded a new video or whatever it is? Now, what happens when you see that notification? Yeah, that's why people keep asking you to hit the bell icon, right? Not CTR. You're coming back to the platform, right? So every time you get a notification that, hey, there is a new video being posted, the answer for most of my questions today was coming back to the platform. Okay. So when you see that notification that a new video has been released, you just click on it, go back to the YouTube platform, and they're like watching. So they want your videos to generate enough subscribers also through the video. And shares also, again, goes without saying, the more people share your content, the more likely it is for you to rank better and get more people from outside the platform coming onto your thing. CTRs, click-through rates. How many times has your video been shown either in the search results or in the recommendation, and how many times have people clicked on it? So that is CTRs. And thumbs up or thumbs down. Speaking of CTRs, I don't know if you guys saw this case study, or you might have noticed this. Next time you go to Netflix, try to see how the thumbnail of all the shows that you're watching or the shows that you're not watching, it keeps changing. Have you guys noticed it? Let me know in the chat box if you've noticed it, that the thumbnail of the shows that you're intending to watch, or a show that is up and coming, they keep changing. Apparently, they have deployed an AI algorithm to make sure to entice you to click on it, and they're trying very hard to make sure you notice it and click on it and start watching the show. So Netflix is very, very serious about it. They keep updating your thumbnails and all of those things. So if Netflix does it, you should understand how important it is for you also to do that. So a great way to ensure you get great CTR is, of course, you have a great title, which is nothing but your headline, and also your thumbnail as well. And also thumbs up or thumbs down. How many people liked it? How many people disliked it? So of course, there are going to be people who are going to dislike your video for absolutely no reason whatsoever. It happens to me all the time. This is there is going to be a bunch of people who are just going to for the heck of it, they're just going to dislike it. But what YouTube is looking at is the ratio between the thumbs up and the thumbs down. And of course, the quality of the video, how it is produced, and all of those kind of things is also there, right? So these are all the ranking factors, which are quite different from what you might have seen with all the regular organic SEO that is there. Does this all make sense? Let me know in the chat box if it makes sense. Type in MS in the chat box if all of these things make sense. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, at the end of the day, what YouTube is trying to do is, hey, how can we get more people to come back to the channel or just stick on the channel? Because YouTube's biggest, competitor, so to speak, is either Netflix, or Netflix biggest competitor is YouTube, or your regular TV itself. So they want you to keep on the whole thing as much as possible. So what is probably one of the first few things that you did in regular SEO or organic SEO? Let's call it organic SEO, which will basically tell us what we'll be doing next in terms of YouTube SEO. Yes, you got it right, Shanta. So did Harshita and Avinash. Keyword research, right? So what is the best way to go out there and create content, be it on Google or on YouTube or whatever it is, to understand what people are looking for and creating content around it, right? So you went ahead and did the same thing in terms of keyword research. So exactly like that, we will be doing keyword research for YouTube alone, right? Like I said, it is still a search engine. People still type in things over there. So we're trying to understand what are they typing, and how many people are typing it in YouTube. There are a bunch of different ways you can do this. Number one, you can do it using the YouTube search suggest. The second one is, again, we'll be using Ahrefs YouTube keyword tool. They have a separate tool for YouTube keyword research alone. And I'll be showing you guys a very cool, very simple to use Chrome extension that will allow you to see what kind of keywords or what kind of tags your competitors have used or the videos that are already ranking for, and how you can reverse engineer it. I keep saying this, that easiest way to do SEO is to look at how others have done it, reverse engineer it, and go back and do it, right? And then you do some competitive research. I'll show you quickly how to do competitive research as well. And, our videos being triggered in Google. Because like I said, it's not just about ranking within YouTube, but it definitely helps if you rank outside of YouTube in Google as well. So this is how we'll be approaching the entire keyword research part. And to do that, we'll get started with your all right. So here we are. We are on Google right now. So what we'll be first doing is to see YouTube search suggestions itself. So let's say rank math pro tutorial, right? So now, as you can see already, are you guys able to see my screen? Just let me know in the chat box. Okay, great, fantastic. So you can see a bunch of different keywords already, right? You have Rank My Pro free download, tutorial, setup, settings, features, Rank My Pro versus Yoast Pro, Rank My Pro SEO plugin tutorial, review versus free price, lifetime change log, all of these kind of things, right? So this is probably the best way to go out there and start off with your keyword research for YouTube. Because what is happening here is the suggestions that you're seeing here is basically derived from all the previous searches that has happened. Historically, YouTube is statistically modeling it, and historically it's pulling in data and saying that, hey, this is how and what people have looked for on YouTube. And you can go out there and create. And this is a great way to actually come up with plenty of content ideas as well. So how many ideas do we have here? At least 10 ideas. Would you guys agree with that? Just type in A in the chat box if you guys agree with that, right? You have at least 10 different content ideas. So just this one simple thing. But what the problem with this approach is that it's almost incomplete. And the reason being is because it doesn't actually show you how many people are looking for it. So that is also very important, right? You just can't go out there and create content just because someone has at some point looked for this keyword. You also need to figure out how many people are looking for it. So that is one of the other elements of keyword research as well. So to do that, we'll be using our beloved Ahrefs YouTube keyword tool. And to do that, you can use the same link, and you just need to click on YouTube here. So you're doing it here all this while. So keyword generator was the link here. But if you click on YouTube, it'll just go to YouTube keyword tool and pretty much works the same way, right? So all you need to do is put in your keyword, try to go as broad as possible, start off broad and then go very specific, right? So change your country. Ahrefs is awesome indeed. Speaking of Ahrefs, I'll send you guys a link to one of my YouTube videos where I have walked through the entire Ahrefs paid tool. I think it's like good 2 hour long. How many people would like to watch that, right? To how to use Ahrefs, right? I'll be sending you guys the link. So just as extra information for you guys, because I truly believe it's a fantastic tool, right? If you know how to use a bunch of different things, it'll be absolutely great. Just please remind me, okay, either on the group or wherever it is. I'll be sending you the link to the Ahrefs tool also. Since you guys have pretty much done with the entire session, I think now is a great time for you guys to actually go out there and do it. I've also made a tutorial for rank math also. I'll be sending you that also, so that you'll truly understand the awesomeness of rank math, right? Anyway, coming back to the keyword, as you can see here, we have a bunch of different things, bunch of keywords here: WordPress SEO, WordPress SEO in Hindi, plugin tutorial, how to use Yoast WordPress SEO plugin, WordPress SEO tutorial for beginners, blah, 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 and all of those things. So you have the volume here. So there is one metric that is missing here. Do you guys notice that? And do you guys want to take a guess what that is? KD, yes. Keyword difficulty is missing out here because like you saw, the ranking factors for YouTube is quite different compared to your regular SEO. What is the number one or the heaviest factor for ranking for your organic SEO? We learned it in session number 6 and 7. No, I'm saying what is the number one ranking factor? What is the, I would say, what is the one factor that had the most weightage? Relevance? Backlinks. Yes, backlinks. So the way Ahrefs actually determines keyword difficulty is based on how many backlinks your competitor, sorry, how many backlinks your competitors are getting, and based on that they kind of like give you the keyword difficulty and all of those things, right? So that's how keyword difficulty works, by the way, if you guys didn't know about it. Since that is not a factor here, since there are completely different factors involved, so the keyword difficulty option is not here. So you might see that it's missing here, but apart from that, pretty much everything else is the same, right? So then you have, if you want to click on questions and do the same thing, I strongly recommend doing the same thing with YouTube keyword research as well. Go for questions and not necessarily phrase match, right? How to do SEO for WordPress, how to use Yoast WordPress SEO plugin, how to do SEO for WordPress website in Hindi. You will notice a lot of these kind of keywords, especially when you're doing keyword research for YouTube. In Hindi, in Kannada, in Tamil, or whatever it is, right? Local regional languages, right? So you will see a lot of these kind of keywords. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because if you ever want to consider creating content around regional or vernacular languages, YouTube might be the best way to go forward with it, right? A lot many more people use YouTube, especially in India, than they do Google, right? A lot of people don't even know how to use Google, if you ask me, right? So if you are planning to create vernacular content, YouTube might be your best bet. So as you can see, there are a bunch of different kind of keywords here. So just go ahead and like check this out, right? So this is how you got there. And okay, now what we'll be doing is basically, now that you have this, like I said, the other best way to go about doing it. Okay, let's see Rank Math Pro tutorial. Okay. So what I strongly recommend you guys to do, apart from all of these kind of things also, is what are your competitors doing? Now, what do I mean by competitors? Competitors are people or videos that are already ranking for certain keywords, like the one here, Rank My Pro tutorial. And as you can see here, this is the first one, right? So how do I know, or how can I actually figure out whether or not what kind of keywords and tags this person has used? So to do that, okay, let me click on it first.
Meet Desk Time, the fully automatic time tracking.
Okay. What is this not coming?
App. Desk Time helps to keep an eye on your team and diagnose.
Using the rank math.
Okay, just give me a minute, guys.
Using the rank math SEO plugin.
Oh, there you go. It's back. As you can see here, so I have installed this Chrome extension called as vidIQ. Okay, I'll show you guys how to do it. Very simple to do, nothing too complicated about it. But what vidIQ shows you is a bunch of different statistics about every video out there, right? As you can see here, this thing just got populated here. I'm not sure if you guys noticed it. It was not here, but it just got like populated as soon as I like refresh this whole thing, right? So you'll see a bunch of different things. You'll see a vidIQ score on 100, you know, how many views per hour are they getting? What are the total views? What is the total duration? Bunch of different things, right? So you'll also see the engagement rate, like ratio, how many YouTube likes, how many YouTube dislikes, and what are the FB likes, and all of these different kind of things, right? In terms of SEO, they'll give you a score again, right? So, and as you can see here, video optimization checklist. What are the different things that they have done to make sure it's like ranking like this? You have title, you have tags, you have description, you have cards, end screens, high-res thumbnail shared on Facebook, public, pinned comment, and hearted comment, right? So these are like the optimization part of things. The best part though about this extension is this section right here. Are you guys able to see it? Should I zoom in a little bit? Right? Are you guys able to see it right now? Okay, great. So the video tags that you see here is basically the keywords for which this particular video has been optimized, and the numbers that you see here is basically the ranking for this video for all of these keywords. So you get two things in one. Number one, what are the different keywords that this particular video is using, or tags rather, this keyword is using or optimizing the video for, and whether they're ranking for that keyword or not. And as you can see, this person has done a pretty good job at it because they're ranking either number one or number two for most of the keywords here. So all you need to do is basically reverse engineer from here, and now you have a bunch of keywords. So now what you need to do here is, I hope you guys have already figured it out. You are basically adding 2 plus 2 here, right? So you know that this particular video has received what, 67,000 views, right? Now this is a combination between resulting in the search results and all of those things, and of course the recommendation also. So would it be safe to assume that if you go after these keywords here, you would be in a much better position to rank for these keywords? Let me know in the chat box if you think that it's safe to assume that if you go for these kind of keywords, it is much more easier for you to go out there. So not only are these keywords giving you content ideas, but also the keywords that you should be optimizing your videos around, right? So what you can do, if you want to go out there and download all of these keywords, you can go out there and just download CSV, and you'll get all of these keywords in a simple CSV format, which you can then go ahead and copy paste it into your own videos. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so these are the video tags. You have channel tags also, and you have a bunch of different kind of stats that you're going to see. So this is vidIQ. You need to install this. How cool is this? Just let me know in the chat box. Type in cool tool in the chat box if you feel that this is a great tool for you to go out there and figure out how to actually reverse engineer your competitors and go out there and do your YouTube SEO as well, right? So how do you install this extension? Just go to Chrome extensions and just look for vidIQ Vision for just look for vidIQ, and you'll get this option called as add to Chrome. Just click on that and just go out there and add it here. You'll get this Chrome extension here, and you're good to go. Pretty simple. Nothing much to do here. All you need to do is just click 3-4 buttons, and you will have all of this information about a particular video and everything that you need, right? Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. That's all you need to be doing. And best part, it's free, right? It's absolutely free to use. Of course, they have a premium version also to it, but the free version more than does the job. So it's more than enough for you guys to go out there and do it, right? So that's how you do it. So what is the keyword for which we did this? Okay, rank my pro tutorial. Okay, so now let's try to see, let's assume that this is my keyword. So what is the other thing that you guys did when you were doing keyword research? What is the other element in keyword research which is super duper important before you choose which keyword to go after? Competition, absolutely correct. How do you do competitive research? For YouTube videos. Let's try to find out. Quotes is a great way to do it, but unfortunately it doesn't work as well here. More importantly, you'll not be able to see how many videos are there in the first place. So we are going to be using a little trick, and we'll be using our friend Google to do the job, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this keyword like this, right? I see that, it's already, I know for a fact that if I go for this particular keyword, not only will I be ranking, not only is there a chance for me to rank on YouTube, but also on Google as well, because it's triggering a video here every time this keyword is coming, right? So that's one way to do it, Justin. A better way to do it is put in site, YouTube, either .com you can put, or you can put an asterisk like this. Basically, it can be .in, whatever, all the different extensions that there is there, right? Let's just put .com for now and hit enter. And as you can see, you will be able to see all the videos that are there, including mine. Hello, all the videos that are there on YouTube for this particular keyword, right? Rank Math Pro Tutorial, site youtube.com. And as you can see, how many do we have? 16,700 videos. That's quite a lot, actually, right? There are 16,700 videos on Rank Math Pro Tutorial, right? So let's just to be sure. And if you want to use all of the tricks that we had already spoken about, you can also do this. right? You can put it in quotes, right? And as you can see, when I put it on quotes, it automatically like the whole thing changed, right? You can also do the in title, right? You can also do the URL might not actually work out here, right? So you can do the in title and you can do the quotes also, or if you don't want to, you can just like go do it like this, right? So here, what you're doing is that you're basically assessing, right, how many videos that are out there, and that basically gives you an understanding, right? It goes back to the whole thing in terms of picking your battles wisely. That is exactly what you're doing. And what is the parameter based on which you're picking your battles is basically how many fights should I fight? Right. In this case, it's about 16,700 fights. Right. I need to like beat 16,700 people. And YouTube has these many videos around this particular topic. Right. It might not be the case because it might be slightly different also, because this is like not the exact match. So the exact match might be like slightly different as well. But regardless, this is how you actually go out there and assess the competition when it comes to YouTube. Valuable, useful, amazing? Let me know in the chat box. How many people are learning something new in terms of YouTube SEO? Exact match is just in quotes. That's it. Right? So these are the different ways in which you go out there and do your keyword research when it comes to YouTube, right? The first one is YouTube search suggest, right? YouTube is basically giving you all the suggestions in terms of all the keywords that has already been searched. That's a great place to start, first place to start. Obviously, after that, you can go to Ahrefs YouTube keyword tool. But what might happen, this is why I'm like not too keen on using the Ahrefs YouTube keyword tool. Okay, let me see if I can show an example for that, right? Let's say rank my pro tutorial itself. I'm going to go back to the keyword tool and put it in, click on find keywords, right? As you can see, okay, let's put trace match. See, it's not as extensive as your Google keyword tool. And if you just use this tool alone to decide whether or not to go after a keyword on YouTube, it might not be enough. Because if this was the case, this particular channel wouldn't have had 60,000 views, 67,000 views, right? Even this other channel has 12,000 views. This random channel has 2,500 views, right? So all of these things, and here you go, my video here, about 400 views, right? All of these things wouldn't have happened if this was the case. Oh, I didn't know I was ranking on first page for this particular keyword. Great. Regardless, I'm happy to know that while I'm teaching all of these things, I'm already on first page for this particular keyword, right? So the point being, don't rely too much or only rather on the Ahrefs. So use a combination of all of these things. YouTube search suggest, Ahrefs YouTube keyword tool, vidIQ most importantly, to understand what are the different kind of keywords that your competitors are using. And of course, whether or not you should be going after that keyword based on the competitive research or the quantum of competitors that you have for that particular keyword. And very importantly, also very importantly, are videos being triggered in Google for that, right? If Google videos are not being triggered on Google for that particular keyword, I would not recommend you to go for that, because it's not just about ranking on YouTube, it's also about ranking on Google, which kind of like blends in together and adds more power to your YouTube SEO, right? Great, fantastic. Let's move on to the most difficult part of this session, on how to make videos. Who's excited to know that? I'll show you a very simple way to do it. Great. I'll show you 3 different ways to shoot videos or make videos rather. So you can use any of these 3 ways. Doesn't matter whenever you're making this thing. If you're not there in the beginning, just like go back and watch the recording, right? So you have a bunch of options, 3 options specifically. Number 1, record yourself talking exactly like how I am doing here, with screen share or without screen share also you can do, but you're basically like just getting on the camera and recording it. Okay, by the way, one more thing, don't focus too much about, okay, how good is your lighting, how good is your camera, how good is your background. I've been using this very bland background for like patch this right now. It's absolutely okay. Do you guys mind my very bland background? I hope you don't, because like, it's like too late for it also anyway, right? Nobody cares about all of these small things, right? What matters is, how good or informative or entertaining, all of those things. How those are the most important factors when it comes to making videos. Don't worry too much about your lighting, about your camera, about the system you have, all of those things, right? Of course, it definitely helps. It's like, hey, you don't need running shoes to run, but it sure does help, right? It's exactly like that. Having a great camera, having great lighting, having a great background, having great audio, all of these things definitely helps. But it's not necessary for you to at least get started on YouTube. As long as it's simple, as long as it's informative, as long as it's practically useful and valuable, that's what your focus should be on. Okay. So either you can record yourself talking with screen share or without screen share, or you can just record just the screen itself with a voiceover. So how many people have been part of my older videos and all of these things? Have anyone like watched my really old videos, the ones me and Deepak did together? You might be seeing it, my content marketing mastery and all of those kind of things, right? So you'll not, okay, they did in 2018. I don't know how bad I was back then, right? So regardless, the point being, okay, 100-day blogging course. Great. So point being, I'm sure you might remember this trio that you were not able to see me at all. It was just my voice, right? So if you're camera shy, you can definitely do that. You don't necessarily have to come in front of the video. You can just do a voiceover and then like record your screen and then you're good to go. It's only now that I'm doing both, right? I'm actually talking plus recording the video as well. If you are not comfortable talking also, that's also fine. You can still go out there and you can create a video with other videos, images, and music. This is a very famous format, or not famous. This is like a very common format that you might see on YouTube as well. They make like top 10 videos and all of those kind of things, where they're just like stitching together some images and videos and putting some background music and putting a video across. That is also definitely possible. That is also definitely viable. So go out there. These are all the three ways you can do it. My strong recommendation is, like I mentioned in the beginning of this session, use this opportunity to get out of your comfort zone. Doesn't matter how bad or good it is. In fact, it better be bad. Yes, you heard me right. It better be bad. Your first piece of content, your first audio, your first video, your first Zoom webinar has to be terrible. It cannot be. Nobody's first video or anything for that matter was ever good, right? It usually is absolutely terrible, right? So which is okay. The only way to get over it is to get through it. The cost of doing something amazing is that initial sense of embarrassment. It's fine. It's absolutely okay. If you, I don't know whether you remember this or not, Shriyal. If you go back, I'll try to like fetch those videos. If you go and watch my first videos that I ever did when I started recording courses and all of these things, you'll be like, is this the same guy? Like, because when I hear it, I get like, oh, like so bad, right? So it was like that actually. I was also not very comfortable. I was not trained at all. And like, when I like go back and like listen to it, I'm like, oh my God, so bad, which is great, right? When you will actually, you can actually go, eventually, the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get. And that's how it needs to be, right? Same thing with creating content and textual content and all of those things. Same thing with videos as well. But use this opportunity to get out of your comfort zone as much as possible. Record yourself talking with screen share or without screen share. You can only record screen share if you want to. You can also create a new video with other videos and music, right? So having said that, I'll share yet another simple but very effective Chrome extension that will allow you to actually record yourself plus your screen share as well. So I'm going to do that right now and show you how to do that. Very simple, super, and it's free again, so free to use, right? It's called Loom. As you guys can see here, it's called Loom. I'm going to just click on that. And see, as you can see here, so exactly like how you installed your, right? So the idea behind Loom is very different. So as you can see here, the way I use it is basically like, whenever I have to give feedback to my team, or whenever I have to like record how to do a certain process and all of those kind of things, I just like quickly, fire up Zoom and like go out there and like, just quickly record a video and like send it across, right? So this actually enables for asynchronous meetings. Synchronous meetings is when all of them are together. Asynchronous is when you just record a video and send it across, and they can like look at the feedback and things like that, right? So Loom, but the way you can use this particular plugin is basically by using it to record your screen as well as yourself. Very simple. Click on of a button, literally, right? So once you install the extension, exactly like how you did for vidIQ, just go to the Chrome web store, look for Loom, or like just go to the website and click on install extension, and it'll get installed onto your Chrome browser like this. So once it's there, if you want to record your screen plus yourself, all you need to do is click on it, right? And you'll have three options here. Either you can choose screen and camera. If you see the left bottom corner here, you'll be able to see that, Loom is also actually recording it right now. You can do screen and camera. You can do screen only. Like I said, if you're uncomfortable being in front of the camera, but you don't mind going out there and like doing a voiceover, you can do screen only. Or if you want to do camera only, you can do that as well without the screen share, right? So these are all the options that's there. And how amazing is this? Everything is there on an extension. You don't have to install anything. You don't have to download anything, nothing like that. All of this on this thing. So the only difference, the only drawback with Loom, especially the free version, is that you just have 5 minutes. You can just make 5-minute videos. But as part of this program or as part of this assignment, that's more than enough. But ideally speaking, your YouTube videos needs to be like much longer than that, right? So install this plugin. Very, very easy to make videos like this. Zoom is also great, by the way. Actually, thanks for like letting me know, Mallikarjun, like reminding me. Zoom is also great. So sometimes what I do is that I just like set up a meeting or a webinar, and it's just me, and I just like record it, right? So also a great way to like record videos if you want to do via Zoom also. That is also a great way to do it. But then again, you have to like install things, blah, 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 all of those kind of things, right? If you don't want to do it, don't do it. So there are a bunch of other apps also, like InShot app, which is really good for, recording on your mobile phone. That is also definitely possible. That is also completely okay for you to do. If you don't want to do it via desktop and all of those things, take your humble phone, whip out the camera, just start talking. That's it, right? It need not have to be fancy, need not have to have amazing acoustics and audio and background and all of those things. If you want to do something informational, you just like whip out your camera, whip out your phone, turn on the camera, start recording, you're good to go, right? Or you can just like keep your camera here, keep your phone here, go out there, record it, and then you can like go out there and upload it as well, right? Does that make sense? How many people are excited to go out there and try out Loom or Zoom? Both. Do it on your mobile phone as well. Let me know in the chat box. You can use a teleprompter. So there are apps on your mobile phone for teleprompters as well. I just used it once, but I'm more comfortable just winging it, to be very honest, Avinash. And I feel that when you read it out of a teleprompter, it kind of, my voice changes, or the way I speak changes rather, right? So I kind of don't like it. So which is why this is on an iPhone. So I don't know if you guys can see it. So it's there on Android also, I'm pretty sure, right? So you can see here, there's a teleprompter, you can actually like read on the teleprompter. Great app, by the way. But it's a paid app, but I think they have a freemium version also, right? But yeah, you can use a teleprompter as well. So you put in a script. Everybody knows what a teleprompter is, right? All the text will come on the screen like this, and you just like read it out, and it will look like you're actually looking into the camera. Okay, let me just Google teleprompter to show how an actual teleprompter looks like. Right, so this is how your teleprompter looks like. So what happens is there is a screen, right? So you can put an iPad or a phone, and yeah, that's what news anchors use. Exactly, right? That's what news anchors use. You have a screen, right? And then you have like a slanted glass here, which acts like a mirror, and behind the glass is your camera. So you can actually look into the camera, and like keep reading the text on the teleprompter, and it looks like as if you're just like looking into the camera and talking, but what actually is happening is you're just like reading through the teleprompter. You also get an app for your phone, so if you want to, you can go out there, give it a shot. It's like really cool stuff, you know, when else will you be making all of these things? You won't have a reason to do it. So since I'm paying you $1,000 to like actually go out there and do it, why not use this opportunity to do it? Great, fantastic. So all of these options, you can also use your mobile phone to go out there and do it also, right? Now let's quickly find out how to upload videos on YouTube. I think pretty much everyone knows this, but I'll quickly show you guys how to do it as well, right? If you want to upload videos, I personally prefer doing it on the desktop, not necessarily on the mobile phone, primarily because it's so much more easier to do it on the desktop. I always prefer doing things on desktop. I don't know why. I hate doing things on mobile phones. I hate mobile phones. Anyway, so it's just like all you need to do is click on this plus button here, click on create, upload video. Which will basically open up your Creator Studio. Okay, let me see if I have any videos that I can load. Okay, you guys might have seen this ad anyway. So I'm just going to like upload my HIT content ad. So anyway, so number one, of course, you need to have your title. So I'm not going to do everything, but I'm just going to walk you through how to do it. Right? Make sure you need to treat the title of a YouTube video like your headline. Okay. Everybody now knows how important headlines are. Everybody knows how it can make or break how your content is going to perform. So please make sure you treat your headline accordingly and make sure your keywords are in the title and all of those things. Now, descriptions are not necessarily a huge ranking factor, but it doesn't hurt for you to actually optimize it, and like put in everything that is required. Then you have the thumbnail here. Either you can create a custom thumbnail, which I would strongly recommend, to be very honest. Right, you can go to Canva and like create a very simple thumbnail if you want, or if you don't want to, YouTube actually gives you like a bunch of different thumbnails. You can go out there and like choose one of these thumbnails if you want to, and just click on no. It's not made for kids. I'll tell you why you need to like choose this. If you have any playlist, you can put it on a playlist. But if it's not, it's not. And if it's a paid promotion, which won't be in most cases, you need to check this. But otherwise, it's fine. This is where you need to add in the tags that you got from vidIQ. Okay. Also, vidIQ is already like suggesting some of the tags that I should be using, but unfortunately, it's suggesting me HIT workout tags. So I'm not going to go ahead and use these. But if I have to like reverse engineer whatever I've done, as you can see here, I've downloaded this CSV file. So if you open the CSV file, you'll have a bunch of tags. All you need to do is copy paste it here. To enter multiple tags, you need to add a comma after each tag, and then it'll get like added. So add in your tags here, and language and caption certification. What I recommend, again, this is not necessary, but just choose English India and not like any other English. And if you, all of this information is not mandatory, but you can like go out there and do it. And then choose your category if you want to. There are a bunch of different categories that is available here. Choose any category. I'm just going to go ahead with education and click on next. Now you can add subtitles here, right? So one of the best services out there, and again, you need to spend money for this, but if you have a client or something that you would want to do videos for, and they want to like have subtitles, I truly believe having subtitles actually really helps. I use this amazing service called as rev.com, right? And they're super good at it. And I don't know how, but they're super fast also. Okay. So they charge about $1.25 per minute of video. And it really works out pretty decently if you have shorter videos, but if you have like really long videos, it might like burn a hole in your pocket. But if you're willing to spend it, but the quality of this service, the speed of this service is just absolutely exceptional. So if you want to give it a shot, they'll give you your subtitles, which they'll give it to you in an SRT file, which you can go ahead and like upload it here and add it. You can also add an end screen. So your basically end screen can direct people to other videos of yours if you have, and same thing with like cards and all of those things. This is not mandatory, but adding it definitely helps. Then you have, obviously, you'll have all of these checks. Then visibility, um, private, unlisted, and public. So if you are getting on camera for the sake of this assignment, just pay attention for a second. If you're getting on camera, but if you don't want other people to like check it out, just make sure you choose unlisted and not public and not private for sure, because if it's private, then nobody else will be able to see it. We'll not be able to see it. But if it's unlisted, only people with the link will be able to see the video. So if you're not comfortable putting yourself out there or putting your face out there on YouTube, you can do this for the sake of this assignment. But like I said, use this opportunity to get out of your comfort zone, go out there and choose public if you want to, right? And then if you want to, you can also schedule. And then once you click on save, you'll go ahead and like upload it. I'm not going to do it because I don't want this video to be actually out there, right? That's how you do it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And yeah, does that make sense? Type in MS in the chat box if it makes sense. All of the information that you need in terms of uploading a video is right there. So you just need to like choose everything and then like upload the video, and then you're like good to go. Great, fantastic. Now, how to optimize your videos on YouTube. So one of the things that you might want to do while you're creating the video itself is to include keywords in your video content, right? So actually Google is YouTube rather, is pretty good at understanding what you're talking about, right? And you will be able to notice this when you click on generate captions. So even if the video creator has not uploaded any kind of content, any kind of subtitles or the SRT file, YouTube is actually able to catch hold of what the person is speaking and then like give you captions as well. So which means that including keywords in your video content, say for example, I'm doing a video on Rank Math SEO plugin, right? I'm going to mention Rank Math SEO plugin a few times, exactly like how you're doing it in your content as well in my video content, right? So that also happens. Your keyword needs to appear in the title, an optimized description if you can in the keyword with your keywords in it, use your keywords as tag, and most importantly, go out there and like figure out what your competitors have used and just like go out there and do it, right? With that, we have come to the end of session number 9 of HIIT SEO. How do you find this session? Was it very different, exciting, interesting, new, valuable? Let me know in the chat box. All of the above. Great, fantastic. Who's ready for the assignment, the dreaded assignment? Okay, great. Let's look at what the assignment is. What you need to do is find 3 key groups of keywords. Each group should have a minimum of 5 keywords, right? You use YouTube search suggestion, Ahrefs, vidIQ, all of these kind of things. Find groups of keywords. Choose a keyword with the least competition. Okay, I showed you how to do your competitive research. Choose a keyword with the least competition, and very importantly, has videos being triggered in the search results of Google. I showed you guys how to actually go out there and check it. So make sure you do your competitive research and choose the one with the least competition. And of course, videos are being triggered for the search result. Record a video which is at least 2 minutes long and upload it. 2 minutes shouldn't be a problem. Would you guys agree with that? 2 minutes, nothing. Just like how many people are okay with 2 minutes, right? This is like I said, just taking you from 0 to 1. That's it, right? If you want to show your face, go ahead and show it. I strongly recommend it, but you don't necessarily have to. Okay, record a video which is at least 2 minutes long and upload it. Of course, the video has to be around the keyword group that you have chosen, right? Of course, the video has to be around the keyword topic that you have chosen, right? And make sure the title has your keyword. Write a description that is at least 200 words and has your keyword mentioned at least once. Install vidIQ and shortlist at least 15 tags from your videos from other videos, basically your competitors. And that's basically the assignment. I don't think it's going to take you guys a lot of time to do this, but it's going to be a lot of fun doing this. So the deadline is next Tuesday, 6 p.m. Cashback is 1,000 rupees as always. And of course, all the resources will be updated in the resources sheet once it's done. That's pretty much it with session number 9 of HIIT SEO, YouTube SEO, to be very specific. If you guys have any questions, just put it in the Q&A box and I will do everything possible to answer all of your questions. Let's go. We already have some questions. If we embed videos on a blog post, won't it make space speed slower? Good question. The answer is no. Okay. So when you embed a video, right? So in WP Rocket, you can actually make sure it's lazy loaded also. But even if you don't choose that option, it's fine. But when you embed a video, what is actually happening, to be specific, is that the video is being played from YouTube server and not your server, right? Which is why your page speed is not actually being affected. Does that make sense, anonymous attendee? Your YouTube video that you embed on your blog post is being served by YouTube itself from its own servers and not necessarily your server, which is why it won't affect your page speed. Is it easier to rank by YouTube or by Google as KD category is missing in Ahrefs? Just because KD is missing in Ahrefs does not mean that it's easier. No, that's not what I meant. Since the ranking factors on YouTube are very different compared to your organic SEO, which is why Ahrefs is not putting in the KD, which is keyword difficulty, right? So in organic SEO, keyword difficulty is basically determined by the number of backlinks or the quality of backlinks all the rest of the competitors have, and therefore they did come and derive at the KD itself. But on YouTube, that's not the case because they have other ranking factors, which is why KD is not shown by Ahrefs. We'll be discussing about how to price for SEO services in the next session. Question number 10. Next session is going to be super exciting. So I'm going to tell it to you guys right now. Please try to attend it live. Okay. And it's going to be the last session, guys. Come on. Attend it live. Okay. What do you find harder, writing content or making videos? I find making videos much more easier, honestly speaking, especially if it's something that I really know about, right? I mean, that's what I do, right? Every day I just like record videos. It's just that it's live. But so I'll tell you, if I don't have to, making videos is one part of the puzzle. Editing them is a whole different beast altogether, right? So that might take a lot longer. So if you're talking just about recording raw videos and putting it out there, I definitely am much more comfortable with making videos. But if it comes to like, if you include the editing part also, writing becomes much faster. I mean, both of them are equally good though. So I do try to do both. Can we switch to public after the feedback in case we keep it unlisted for the assignment? You can do whatever you want with the video. It's yours, your channel, your YouTube. You can do whatever you want. Oh, okay. Good question. I didn't think about this, but let's keep it to English, guys, right? Because I will have no idea if you're talking about in some other language what you're talking about. At least for the sake of the assignment, try to keep it English, okay? Again, don't worry about how good your English is, how bad your English is. Don't worry about all of those things. Doesn't matter. How to add a video on blog posts? Very simple. Go to YouTube. Oops. Right? Just copy paste the link for the YouTube video. That's it. That's all you need to be doing. That's as simple as that. Okay, let me see. Right? All you need to do is copy this link and paste it on your WordPress blog. WordPress automatically embeds it. You don't have to do anything to embed it. Automatically will embed it, and that's it. Very simple to do. When one of the ranking factors is subscribes, how does YouTube find out how many people clicked on the subscribe button after the video? I mean, come on. Simple, right? They will see how many of the people actually clicked on the bell icon through that video. That's it. Suppose we target audience in an English speaking country. How can we do a voiceover so that they understand it properly? Oh, interesting question. Um, of course, there's a lot of work that needs to be done in terms of this, right? So, but don't like try to put on an accent. Try to speak clearly. Very importantly, speak slowly, right? As Indians, one of the biggest mistakes we do when we are speaking in English or any other language for that matter, we speak really fast, right? And I'll try to see if I can find her, but I think one of the best workshops I personally have attended in my life, and it was like 500 rupees. It happened in Bangalore, and I just randomly went there. This was like 4 or 5 years ago, if I'm not wrong. Right? It was a voiceover workshop, and this very nice lady who is a voiceover artist did like about 4 or 5 hour workshop, and she basically covered a lot of things in terms of how to like speak clearly, right? Intonation, your inflection, and all of those kind of things. And bottom line is, if you actually speak slowly and stress on the right words, and I think I kind of do that. Are you guys able to notice that I stress on certain words and I sometimes speak slowly? Some of you feel that I speak fast, but to a large extent, I actually like try to like make sure that I speak as slowly as possible and stress on certain words, right? Your pronunciation also matters a lot. And one of the things that was mentioned in the workshop, and I truly agree with that, is that when it comes to pronunciation of certain words, our schooling system has failed us tremendously, right? So they have actually not taught us how to pronounce words and also how to the phonetics of it, right? The when you open a dictionary or something like this, the phonetic of a word actually like shows how to pronounce it properly. Thanks to technology today, if you want to really know how to pronounce a particular word properly, just put it on Google. And some of you might have actually seen it, right? Google actually shows this thing, how to like actually pronounce. Have you guys seen it? Give me a word for you to like, I'll show you guys how to do it. Any word, give me a pretty difficult word if you can. Excavation. Oh, wow. Okay, great. Perfect. Right? So if you just put in word plus pronunciation in Google, you'll get this, and you can change it to Indian English pronunciation. You don't, again, I can't stress on this enough. You don't have to put on an accent. That is not what you should be aiming for. What you should be aiming for is how can you speak clearly. I have many friends from all across the world, and I never speak to them in an accent. And some of them say, hey, you do have a little bit of an Indian accent, and I'm completely okay with it. Doesn't matter as long as they're understanding what I'm saying, and most of the times they do. So I'm good with that, right? So just look at Indian English pronunciation, and you should be able to like actually they break it down, actually how it sounds. And when you click on this,
excavation,
are you able to hear it? They actually say it, and it's not showing for this particular. Oh yeah, as you can see here, right? You can actually practice it, right? And you can actually go out there and say, okay, let's see. Excavation. Yeah, it actually shows whether I did a good job or not, right? You can actually do this to practice your pronunciation as well, and really helps in a lot of different ways. So if you want to do this, now you have the technology, so go out there and use all of this technology. Of course, it takes some effort. It takes a long time to get all of these things right. Sometimes I also like mispronounce words or I say stupid things. It's okay. We're all humans. Okay, get over the fact that you have to be absolutely perfect all the time. All right, moving on. Do we have to use primary keyword, secondary keyword, and LSI keywords? No, you don't have to do that. You just have to come up with 5 keywords in each group. That's about it. Okay, tiered backlinking. It's not part of this session, but I still answered it. It's gone. This whole concept is gone. Nobody does this anymore. It doesn't make sense. So give you a simple answer, Amrinder. Say, for example, you built a backlink from A site to your website. And tiered backlink is basically building a backlink to your backlink, right? So that is what tiered backlink is. It used to kind of work back in the days, but it doesn't work anymore. So don't even bother. You can, Bhaskar, you can definitely go out there and make blog posts as videos. So some of the content might not actually work out as well as you might think, but some of them do. So if you want to go out there and like do it, convert your blog post into videos, feel free to do that. Revenue sharing, you need to have 1,000 subscriber and 4,000 minutes of watch time to actually sign up for YouTube revenue share. Only after that, you should be able to make about $2 per 1,000 views, if I'm not wrong, somewhere around that. So yeah. Can we use an old published video by us for assignment? No. So go through the keyword research. See, the most important part of YouTube, of SEO rather, is keyword research. It's not about whether you made a video or not. It's whether you have made the right video or not. That is very, very important. No, Achita, no blog posts for this session. Don't worry about it. I think we're done with blog posts. We're done with writing. Okay. So don't worry about it, guys. So again, I don't depend on Ahrefs too much for this reason alone, because they are not very accurate with the YouTube search volume. So vidIQ and the number of views a particular video has got is a much better indicator of how good a keyword might perform in terms of volume rather than all of these tools. Please feel free to. I would love to see your review on HIIT SEO. And if you do a good job, I'm going to make you famous by using it in my ads. So go for it, Avinash. Would love to see what you have to say about HIIT SEO. Yes, of course, it needs to be in your niche. Always. The answer to that question is always yes. All right. I think we have come to the end of the session. We are pretty much done with all of the questions. So thank you very much. And take this opportunity to go out there and create amazing videos and give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen? Give it a shot. Try to do it as much as possible. Try to do it as well as possible. Why is my video looking like this? Anyway, thank you so much. I hope you guys had a great time, and I will be seeing you guys soon, and then we'll take it from there. Oh, there you go. I'll see you guys next Tuesday at 8 p.m. And of course, we are back on track. And Shreyas will be taking the Q&A this Friday at 8 p.m. as well. And I'll be seeing you guys next Tuesday at 8 p.m. one last time. And before we wrap up HIIT SEO batch number 5, it's been an absolutely amazing journey. I can't wait for next Tuesday because it's going to be an amazing session. I can guarantee you guys are going to love it. And, let's have some fun. Great. And we'll also have a graduation session. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you guys when we'll be doing it, but we will be doing it. Don't worry about it. Great. Thank you so much, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a great night. Have a great rest of the week. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Bye-bye.